Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a promising rack. I can't see a 7, but there could well be an 8 through the right floater. If I can't bingo, I should be able to sort the rack out. Now, what has my opponent provided? The B doesn't look good. That doesn't go well with the V. And then a whole bunch of vowels, which isn't good. So, I don't think I do have a bingo. Bow takes a T after it. I've got a T, as well as an S, but I'd quite like to hang on to the S. So I could play Tava across here for 21 points. An alternative would be Vade down here for the same score. I think I prefer Tava. £21 points. Great, that looks close to a bingo. I would have hydrites through an H. Can't see a 7, but this does look a good rack, so there could be one here. Now, I note that my Y can go after Butte to make Beauty, so I could play Dirty and Beauty if I can't bingo. But am I missing a bingo? Quite a few floaters to consider. B Dirty is good, but that doesn't use the S. Can't see anything through the E. Now, what about the A? That looks like there could be something. The Y is usually at the beginning or end of a bingo. So I've got the ITY ending and the ERY ending. And I'm not seeing anything. This rack looks good, but I think it's the Y which is hampering its bingo prospects. And although Dirty will score well, it's also going to wreck the rack leave. Whereas if I could play off just the D and Y, a rack leave of EIRST would be really strong. Now my opponent's provided a 2-letter set, so I need to consider if there's a 9 through that. Can't see such a play. Let me see what Dirty scores. So 41 points. Well, even though it wrecks the rack leave, I think this is worth doing. Not good. I think I would have Kefi Yes through YE. That's not going to happen. But a play of Kef, KEFF, would certainly sort the rack out. Tava takes an H after it, which I've now got. Nice bingo by my opponent, 69 points. He's now got a 20-point lead. And I'm not in a position that I can respond in kind. I could play KEF with 1F. Now, what about using the H hook here? Can't see a way of doing that. So is there really nowhere for Kef? I don't think so. I can't use row H to good effect. So, well, what about playing Fike across here? I think this is going to score more than KEF. Not a good rack leave, but 39 points is a good score. Well, quite good. I could play Shiva in column 12, which stays available. About 30 points, which isn't a huge score. I can't play in row M to good effect. My opponent's played off just 2 tiles for 15 points, so he might be close to another bingo. Row E is hot for a double-double. Both blanks still out there. So this is what the Shiva play looks like. Well, why not just stop at Shiv 31? Yeah, I think that's okay. What about a play in row J, though? Ending SH. So I could play Ash. Well, that's keeping a V and an F, so I think I'll go with Shiv. $31. Great. I draw the first blank. Not a great set of tiles with it, but not an awful set either. And there's quite a few floaters. Well, I was going to say in Trindle. A lot of those have been taken out. So, what about... Well, I was going to say soft soap. I don't have the tiles for that. I could have a play ending off in column 3. Can't see such a play. Certainly, spots are available for 7-letter bingos in row N, because I think Shiv takes an A and an S. It's possible that Shiva is capitalised and not good, but I think it is. So let me see if I can see a bingo. Nothing so far. Not a great set of tiles. But I'm just looking for one bingo. Still nothing. So I've got the para prefix, I've got the 4 prefix. Okay, I can't see anything. So, how to sort this rack out? I certainly need to play off the F and one of the A's, probably an O. So, a play of oaf would do that. Can't see anywhere for that. I could play favour through the V, opening up a new bingo lane in column 14. Keeping OPS, that's quite a good rack leave. Just looking at the 2-letter sets, I've got ID to consider KI, but nothing's coming to mind. The trouble with favour is that it doesn't feel like it's scoring enough. Well, I think I will play it. It'll sort the rack out. 20 points. I draw the second blank, which is slightly annoying. I would always, or one would always rather have the blanks on separate racks. And it's difficult to identify all candidate bingos with 2 blanks. Plus, the blanks score nothing, so the bingo's likely to be low scoring. Anyway, I do have bingos. I don't think cubing takes an S, but I don't know. I'm not going to risk it. I've got promise in row N, making FE. And I've got the same word in column 14, making favours. I'm sure I have something through the T. Column 13 is less dangerous than either row N or column 14 because it doesn't open up a triple word square. But that would require a word ending something S, and the something can't be an E. Now, my opponents scored well, 41 points, and provided no new openings. So, do I have a play in column 13? And have I overlooked a bingo lane? Well, row M might be a bingo lane. Or there might be a bingo there with 4 overlaps. But I don't think I'm going to waste time looking for such a play. Now, what about row H? Ending on this E. Yes, I can play promise E. That's significantly better than anything else I've seen so far, so I think I'll save time and play this. Promise E, 92. I draw the X, which is good, and the J, and I've got 4 vowels to go with them, so although I'm not close to a bingo here, this is a good rack to have. I should be able to score well. And I note straight away that my J can go on top of this O of promise E. So I could play Jag for a decent score. Or Jug even. Even better. I've got Judge on my rack, so that could play in row N, placing the J on this triple letter square. I've also got Gorgy on my rack, but I can't see anywhere great for that. I may have a play in column 8 through this U, but I'd quite like to play off the U on my rack. And I can't see any plays which have 2 U's, which use either the J or the X. My preference is to play the J off first, because the X is a better tile. Column 2 is quite hot. If I could get either my X or my J tripled and the whole word doubled, I would get a bingo-y-like score. I think Judger is good, but that doesn't fit the criteria. Through a D, I would have Add Judge. My opponent's stolen my spot. Yeah, and all those words are good. That's annoying. But I've still got Judge in row N. But is there a safer spot? Now, Uppo is good, so yes, there is. There's Jug here. For 38. Horrible pickup. 3 N's. I've got Annex on my rack, which does play in row N, but not for a big score, and it's opening up row O in a dangerous manner. What about row H? Do I have anything across here? I don't think I do. Do I have anything down column 8 through this U? Can't see anything. Well, it is a priority to play off 2 N's. And I have to play off the X with them to get a decent score. Kick's not good, otherwise I could play at M1. I don't like this play, it's very, very open. But my priority is to sort the rack out. And 30 points is a good score. I draw the Q through an S. I would have Shekel. No S is available. Now, do I have a play in column 8 with my Q? Don't think so. I've opened up 3 hot spots in row O all 3 triple word squares are available, albeit the first one only with a bingo, so it's possible that one of these 2 accessible ones will remain available for me. AX takes an E after it, but I can't see a 5-letter play beginning with E, so I may not be able to use that. I've got an H for going underneath the C. I'm just looking around to see if there's anywhere I can get rid of my Q. And even without it reaching the triple word square, I can't see anything through that U. My H can go in front of ER. HEU, not good. So I can't get that 2 ways. Now, what about playing in row N? So I've got heed, which would score quite well. 29 points. My opponent's taking a while with his move. He may be close to a bingo. Still 2 S's to come, 24 tiles in the bag. Just looking around for hot spots I may have overlooked. Now, what if this middle triple word score remains available? Well, I guess I've got heed directly underneath it for a good score. My opponent scores only 14 points, which is great. My H can go underneath FE, so do I have a 6-letter play beginning HE? I don't think so. I'd like to play off as many tiles as possible to increase the chances of drawing a tile which goes with the Q. So I'm not keen to hang on to one of these E's, even though there's only 4 left. 29 points for heed. I think that takes a T in front, but I don't think that's particularly dangerous. Can I do better than 29? Don't think so. Awful. No vowels. And I'm still stuck with the Q. No U's to come, they've all been played. So I may struggle to get rid of this tile. And I've gotten rid of both E's, so this triple word square is no longer available. My opponent in any event has blocked it. I don't have anything beginning YE which reaches across. Do I have anything beginning with the E? 16 tiles in the bag. I'm not sure about ergons. It's possible. Now, 4 I's left, which would go well with the Q. But what to do with this rack? Again, I'd like to play off as many tiles as possible. I don't think elongs is good. Poodoo is good, were I to have a U. Just wondering if I can score with the Z. I don't think I can. I could play Gons. That's quite good. I don't think the S is particularly helpful. And this helps me to play off 1 more tile and score a bit more. And it's blocking the feed hook. 28 points, quite a good score. Three R's, not great. And I'm still stuck with the Q. But I can now play Qua or Cat. Both of those stay available. 10 tiles in the bag. It would be nice to play off some R's with this Q. But I'm not going to draw any more of them. Now, do I have anywhere else for my cue? Don't think so. This is taking out a useful floater. And it's not opening up the triple word square. Dreadful rack leave and dreadful score, but some strategic merit. Great, I draw a vowel. I've got colour on my rack. And the board is tightening up, which is good. I'm 120 points ahead. So I think this game is pretty much in the bag. Yeah, the board looks really tight. My opponent's changed. I've got 7 minutes left on my clock. I'd like to keep the board tight and play off some R's. 8 tiles in the bag. How can I play off anything? I could play LOR down here. Pretty dismal score, but it's not really opening up anything for my opponent. I guess you could put a W there, but that's no big deal. And it's stopping my opponent playing a 6-letter play across here, but the W is the only scoring tile out there, so I don't think that's particularly dangerous. Really, I'm trying to sort my rack out here without opening a bingo lane. Now, where there is a bingo lane is column 14, because favour takes an S. So is there a way of taking that out? Well, I could play in column 13 beginning with a C. That would work. But do I have a play ending with O? Don't think I do. Well, there's coup. Quite a lot of vowels to come. I don't think I need to worry about that bingo. It's not going to win, and if my opponent does play in column 14, he'll be opening up column 15, so I think I'll go with law. 8 points. Okay, I draw some vowels, finally. Through an N, I would have Crunia. Can't see anything beginning YE, which reaches across. So I think we're down to a pretty grim endgame of a very restricted board, playing off very few tiles. Just 5 points for my opponent. 3 tiles in the bag, so I'm looking to play off 2. And I guess O and R are the 2 to choose. And maybe this is now the time to block column 14, which I can do by playing OR here. It's not a total block, but it makes it harder. My opponent can no longer play any 7-letter word ending in S. 11 points, pretty dismal. Well, quite a nice rack. But no floaters to consider, and I can't see a 7. And in any event, there's nowhere for a 7. My opponent plays off just 1 tile. This board is completely strangulated. I can now see what my opponent's got. He's got a nice rack, but he doesn't have a bingo, and there are no floaters. I've got 4 minutes on my clock. I've got a 130-point lead. So the bag is empty. Can I play out into Dello only takes an S? I could play erotic down here for not very much. But I think that would make it quite easy for my opponent to score something in column 15 as the board stands. And both of us are going to struggle to score anything. Just scanning the board in case I've overlooked a floater. I don't think I have. Annex and Shiv both take an E. So I could play Shiver for 33, which is pretty good. What does that R contribute? 9 points. And I'm just pausing because if I played Erotic, I would be keeping back the E for that spot and therefore guaranteeing an out in 2. And what about playing Tercio instead of Erotic? It'll score slightly more. Well, then my opponent just plays a 4-letter play with the W there. That's not good. So Erotic here, my opponent's got nothing which goes after the C, so he has to play up here. He has to place his E next to the R and the S here, so he could play Wise. 31 points. Well, not ideal. But I think I'm going to struggle to go out in 2. Now, Or does take a C after it. I was just thinking that wondering if I had a 5-letter player, it would be nice to play Shiver. Well, I don't want to gift my opponent 30 points, so I think I'll play Shiver, and even if I can't go out in 2, then I think we'll both struggle to score. And now if my opponent can play Waste for over 40 points. I'm running out of time, so what I'm going to do is go back to my original plan of Erotic and then keeping the E for Shive. $13. So if I hadn't played in this spot, my opponent had Waste and Favours, so although he's going to score well in column 15, he would have scored well anyway. There may have been something clever I could have done to stop my opponent scoring well in either of those columns, but I ran out of time to find such a good play. Only 33 points, that's good. And 24 for me. Just wait for my opponent to formally end the game. Which he has 10 minutes to do. And he challenges. That's the end of the game. And the final score, 297 to my opponent, 445 to me. A winning margin of 148. So a big, big win. Let's see what I missed. It was me to go first. No, it wasn't. It was my opponent. Let me just quickly reply. A big tournament in South Africa. I didn't go to it. Now, my opponent had a number of choices. He played Bow, and this was my rack. And there was no bingo here, and I played Tava, and I still like that. My opponent has a very nice rack. Does he have a bingo? Well, he does. Plenty, but he didn't play any of them. And this was my rack. Great, I didn't miss a bingo. I thought that I may have done. I didn't, and dirty looks best. My opponent has a good bingo with Trindle, and my rack massively deteriorates. Skiff, I didn't see that. Where's that? K12. Very nice. Tavas and Skiff. I think that was the play, and a good rack leave as well. Instead, I played Fike for 39. Seven fewer points. I am retaining the S, but the F and H with it mean that I think Skiff is better, but Skiff is opening up row O, so actually there may not be very much between those plays. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays more. This was my rack, and I played Shiv, J12, yeah, in that spot, and I think that's fine. And as you can see, Shiva was good. My opponent plays cubing. Great, I didn't miss a bingo here either, and I thought I may have done. Now, what did I do? I played Favour for 20. Yeah, I don't really like keeping double A, but it's not a disaster with the blank. J6. FOU. Yeah, maybe FOU would have been better. My opponent's rack, he plays Zit. I'm fortunate to have both blanks, and Promisee scores most. My opponent's rack, he plays Pud. This was my rack. Gadji for 45. N11. Oh, well, quite nice beginning under this A of Favour. Gadji, 45. Not a great rack leave, though. So I think for 7 fewer points, Jug is a significantly better score. Play, rather. My opponent's rack, he's got C lane. Does that play? Well, C lane does play, but it's not good because it doesn't show up here. I think I'm confusing it with C line, but Elastine played. Quite a difficult one to spot. This was my rack, pretty awful. Axed was available across here, but keeping 3 N's, which is horrible. I prefer Annex, which gets rid of 2 of them, even though it drops 14 points. This was my opponent's rack. He does have some bingos, but doesn't play any of them. My rack. Well, it's suggesting Held, which is quite nice. It's taking out a hotspot, and it's quite a decent score. What did I do? I did Heed for 29, which is also quite nice, but I think Held is better play. My opponent plays Yi. My rack's awful. Ergon's is good. I didn't play that. I played Gons, which is also fine. Horrible rack for my opponent. He plays IN. This is my rack. And Caddy, E5. Where's that? Oh, and Juga. What a nice spot. That was certainly the play, even though it kept 3 Rs. 38 points is a lot. Instead, I played Cat. So, well done if you spotted Caddy. I didn't. My opponent changes. What did he have? Oh, well, I guess he changed 2 I's for quite a good rack leave. This was my rack. And this is where the game ground to a halt. To a very slow, ground out ending. I didn't want my opponent to be able to bingo, and there were few scoring opportunities. So I played Law, and as you can see, nothing scored more than 12, so I think Law is fine. My opponent's got Isolate, nowhere to play it. He plays Cole. And now, well, this is close to the end. Shiver was available at this point. I don't think I considered it. I was more anxious about the duplicates on my rack and trying to block column 14. My opponent didn't have a bingo. He plays Pi, and now we're into the end game. And that was discussed quite extensively in the game. Erotic guaranteed me an out. The best my opponent could have done was 37. He got 33. And finally, Annex and Shive. Well, these are the same moves. And that was the best outplay. So, pretty exciting game. Big score, big spread. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I will see you next time.